Good morning, students. Welcome to class 12th of accountancy. Today we are going to do chapter number 3rd, changing profit sharing ratio among the existing partners. In this today we'll do calculation of sacrificing ratio. First of all, let us see what is sacrificing ratio. Whenever there is a change in the profit sharing ratio, one or more of the existing partners have to surrender some of their old share in favor of one or more of other partners. So whenever there will be change in profit sharing ratio, it means whenever there will be reconstitution of partnership firm, one or more partners have to surrender some part of their share or the whole part of their share in favor of one or more of other partners. The ratio of surrender of profit sharing ratio is called sacrificing ratio. So the ratio of surrender of profit sharing ratio, that will be known as sacrificing ratio. It is calculated as follows. This is the formula. Sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. So whenever we have to calculate sacrificing ratio, we should remember the formula is old ratio minus new ratio. The purpose of calculating sacrificing ratio is to determine the amount of compensation to be paid by the gaining partner, that is the partner whose share has increased as a result of change, to the sacrificing partner, that is the partner whose share has decreased as a result of change. Such compensation is usually paid on the basis of proportionate amount of goodwill. So what is the purpose of calculating sacrificing ratio? The purpose is that the partner who is gaining will compensate the amount to the sacrificing partner. The compensation is usually paid on the basis of proportionate amount of goodwill. So that is sacrificing ratio. Now what is gaining ratio? As a result of change in profit sharing ratio, one or more of the existing partners gain some proportion of other partners' share of profit. So as a result of change in profit sharing ratio, one or more partners of the existing partners, they are gaining some proportion of other partner share of profit. That proportion of profit which they are gaining is known as gaining ratio. The ratio of gain of profit sharing ratio is called gaining ratio. It is calculated as follows. Gaining ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. So this is the formula of gaining ratio, new ratio minus old ratio. What was the formula of sacrificing ratio? Old ratio minus new ratio. And what is the formula of gaining ratio? New ratio minus old ratio. Let us solve one question so that we can make this concept more clear. A and B were partners in a firm sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 2:1. So A and B, there are two partners in a profit sharing firm, and their profit sharing ratio is 2:1. With effect from 1st April 2019, they agreed to share profit and loss equally. So their old ratio is 2:1, and now they have to change their ratio to 1:1 equally. Okay. So calculate the individual partner's gain or sacrifice due to change in profit. So we have to calculate gain and sacrificing ratio. First of all, we write old ratio. Old ratio of A and B was 2:1. New ratio of A and B is 1:1. Whenever we have to calculate gaining or sacrificing ratio, the formula will be old ratio minus new ratio. Old ratio minus new ratio. If the answer is positive, then it will be called sacrificing ratio, and if the answer is negative, it will be known as gaining ratio. See how we have to do. A and B, two partners will be there. Old ratio 2/3, 1/3. New ratio 1/2, 1/2. We have to subtract them. 2/3 minus 1/2 is equal to 4 minus 3 divided by 6. So 1/6. It will be positive. What about B? 1/3 minus 1/2. It means old ratio minus new ratio. 2 minus 3 divided by 6. See, if you can see, 3 is bigger than 2, and it is in minus. So the answer will be minus 1/6. A's answer was 1/6. So if it is in minus, we will write gain, and if it is in positive, we will write sacrifice. So A will sacrifice 1/6 share and B will gain 1/6 share. A has sacrificed 1/6 share, whereas B has gained 1/6 share. Let us solve one more question. A, B and C were partners in a firm sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 3 to 1, it means 3 by 6, 2 by 6, 1 by 6, the partners decided to share future profit and loss in the ratio of 2 to 1, it means 2 by 5, 2 by 5 and 1 by 5, indicate each partner's gain or sacrifice due to change in ratio. Same formula, old ratio minus new ratio. This was the old ratio, this is the new ratio. A, B, C, 3 partners, old minus new, old minus new, old minus new. Okay, if the answer is in plus, it means positive answer is there, it will be sacrificing ratio. If the negative answer is there, it will be known as gaining ratio. Okay, so if you can see 15 minus 12 divided by 30, it is positive, so 3 by 30 will be sacrificing ratio. 10 minus 12, it will be negative, so 2 by 30. 5 minus 6, 1 by 30. So these both will be gaining ratio and this will be sacrificing ratio. So A has sacrificed 3 by 30, B has gained 2 by 30 and C has also gained 1 by 30. Again I want to tell you that for calculating gaining and sacrificing ratio, the formula will be old ratio minus new ratio, and if the answer is in positive answer is there, it will be known as sacrificing ratio, and negative answer is there, it will be known as gaining ratio. Let us see how the partners are compensating. A, B and C are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 5:1. It was decided that with effect from 1st April 2016, the profit sharing ratio will be 9:6:5. It means the old ratio was 5 by 10, 4 by 10, 1 by 10, and the new ratio is 9 by 20, 6 by 20 and 5 by 20. Goodwill is to be valued at 2 years purchase of average of 3 years profit. So goodwill is to be valued at 2-year purchase of average of 3 years profit. The profit for 13-14, 14-15, 15-16 were 48,000, 42,000 and 60,000 respectively. Pass the necessary journal entries for the treatment of goodwill. Let us solve this. First of all, we have to calculate goodwill. How will calculate goodwill? 2-year purchase of average of 3 years profit. And what is the 3 years profit? 3 years profit is given. Okay. So first of all, we will find out average profit. How will we find out average profit? 3 years profit divided by 3. This will be your average profit. Now how we will calculate goodwill? 2-year purchase of average profit. So the valuation of goodwill at 2 years, 50,000 into 4. It means average profit into 2, 1 lakh rupees will be your goodwill. So goodwill has been calculated 1 lakh rupees. Now we will calculate gaining and sacrificing ratio. Old ratio, new ratio of ABC. Old ratio minus new ratio will be gaining and sacrificing ratio. If the answer is positive, it will be sacrificing. If the answer is negative, it will be gaining ratio. So 5 by 10 minus 9 by 20, 4 by 10 minus 6 by 20, 1 by 10 minus 5 by 20. Okay. Now 1 by 20 will be sacrificing ratio, 2 by 20 will be sacrificing ratio of B, and C's gaining ratio will be 3 by 20. Okay. Now we have to remember two things. First, goodwill. Second, gaining and sacrificing ratio. So goodwill is 1 lakh and A and B are sacrificing 1 by 20 and 2 by 20 share, and C is gaining 3 by 28 share. Now what we will do, we will multiply our gaining and sacrificing ratio with goodwill. It means if A is sacrificing 1 by 28 share, 1 by 20 into 1 lakh 5,000. B is sacrificing 2 by 20 share, 2 by 20 into 1 lakh 10,000. C is gaining 3 by 28 share, 1 lakh into 3 by 20, 15,000. So this is gaining of C and this is sacrificing of A and B. Now we will learn one formula that gaining partner will always be debited and sacrificing partner will always be credited. It means C will be debited by 15,000 and A and B will be credited by 5,000 and 10,000 rupees. So journal entry will be C's capital account 15,000 to A's capital 5,000 to B's capital 10,000. Adjustment for goodwill due to change in profit sharing ratio will be the narration, and the date will be the opening date. Okay students, so like this we will do compensation of goodwill in gaining and sacrificing ratio. Let us solve one more question so that we can make this concept more clear. P, Q and R are partners sharing profit equally. So P, Q and R's partners are sharing profit equally. So the profit sharing ratio of P, Q, R is 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. They decided that in future R will get 1 by 5th share in profit. On the day of change, firm's goodwill is 3 lakh. So now we do not have to calculate goodwill because goodwill is already given in our question. So we will calculate new ratio first. Let the total profit be 1. And what is the share of R? 1 by 5. So 1 minus 1 by 5, remaining share will be 4 by 5. This remaining share will be divided among P and Q in their ratio. And what is the ratio? Equal. It means 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So 4 by 5 into 1 by 2, and the same will be of Q. So 4 by 10. Okay. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10. The 2 by 5 will be new ratio of P, 2 by 5 will be new ratio of Q, and 4 by 5 will be the new ratio, 1 by 5 will be the new ratio of R. So the new ratio will be 2 by 5, 2 by 5 and 1 by 5. Old ratio was 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. Now we will subtract old ratio minus new ratio like this. Okay. So we will get 1 by 15 will be gained by Q, 1 by 15 will be gained by Q, and 2 by 15 will be sacrificed by R. Now what we will do? We will multiply gaining and sacrificing ratio with goodwill, that is 3 lakh. So the answer will be P will gain, Q will gain, so they will be debited, and R is sacrificing, so it will be credited. 3 lakh into 1 by 15, 3 lakh into 1 by 15, 3 lakh into 2 by 15. Amount will be 20,000, 20,000 and 40,000. So gaining partner will be debited and sacrificing partner will be credited. So like this we will compensate goodwill, and other things also will be compensated accordingly in gaining and sacrificing ratio of partners. So students, today we had done gaining and sacrificing ratio, how we have to calculate gaining and sacrificing ratio, and second thing we had done how the gaining partner will compensate the amount of goodwill for the sacrificing partner. Thank you.